See, Kyle, Loris, I mean, the guys already introduced themselves. Yesterday we have a quick session. Kyle was talking about the track. Loris was going over a few things too. So, I mean, I'm sure they will be happy to share some of that with you guys since now the weather is not so good. So, please, you got the stage.
Yeah. Well,
Please.
Well, we already had a question about gearing, so I know most people are on kind of Golly V4, so it kind of helps. Everybody's got stock gearing, and I don't know about you, Loris, but mostly second gear and all the slower corners. You use the first at all?
Yeah, just 11. Maybe you have to short shift in the exit, but yeah, it's mainly like second gear.
Yeah, second gear, second, third, and then I leave it in third all the way through this kind of first section, and downshift to second for turn 8.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Downshift to second for turn 8. Through there, second, third, fourth.
Fourth?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just because
Short shift the same.
short shift to fourth, so that when you go down the hill and then slice on the side of the tire, the gearing changes. So otherwise you come down that kink in third and you run out of gear real quick. So go second, third, fourth, then down the hill.
You're talking, sorry Kyle, you're talking in turn 10, by the time you get to 10 you're in fourth?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
so you come out at 9,
You do
Yeah.
third, fourth, and then down 10, back to second.
11
Also in turn 10 you have a big bump there. And on third the bike is really aggressive. If you just go 4 gear, everything feels.
You
feel
can
like
do 10
another
flat out, right? Or you just leave up.
track.
You guys do flat out. for
No,
sure.
not really.
No?
No, you have to roll.
Roll up a little bit, yeah, and then flat.
Second up to 6th on the back straightaway. Down to second.
Hey,
Turn
Kyle,
12.
real quick.
Yeah.
Do you think that for some of the guys that they're maybe not up to speed, will be maybe like second, third instead of third, fourth, right? Because they probably use in third, fourth. So
Yeah.
for some of the guys that they, kind of went like, oh, fourth, maybe the speed is still not there. So you can go second instead of just keeping second through there will be third. So you just have to see how it is. And if you feel third is kind of getting more, maybe fourth like the guy suggested.
The whole stadium section of 12, 13, 14, all second gear. On the race bike, probably first gear, 15. But out of 15, second up to third, I'm leaving it in third all the way till turn 20. Same?
Yeah, with this bike, on the race bike I do a lot of first gear there.
Yeah.
But with this one it's mainly second. I shift first gear in a couple of places, but you really have to, just for the entry, you have to short shift. The first gear is pretty short. But maybe, depending the speed you have, you can use the first gear too. Like. But the good thing with this bike is you can be really low RPM.
That's torque.
It's a lot of torque. So you always get out of it.
Are you in third gear coming out of 19 and 20?
Yeah.
Leaving it in
You got
third.
18, 17, 18, you're in third there.
Yeah.
All the way to 20.
I show shifting second at 19, so I should pick third.
Leave third, just kind of roll that momentum through there. Fine if I downshift to second for 9. A lot of inches great, just kills the momentum. Leave third, then second for turn 20. And on from there.
So Kyle, oh, go ahead. Just for some of these guys that were not here yesterday, they left, because of weather, and some of them they just weren't able to make it on Saturday. I know you kind of went over a couple things on, some of the trail braking and some of the things. Maybe we can just kind of refresh that to some of the guys as well.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing that we want to talk about as far as how you put inputs into the motorcycle, how you use the brakes, trail braking is really, and even if you just have a couple points, a couple % of brakes on corner entry, it helps load the front of the bike, load the front tire, keep the heat in the tire, all those things. So if there's anybody who's braking and then off the brakes before they turn in, you give up the load in the front tire. So you want to be able to trail off the brakes as you tip in, and then let the cornering force keep the load. If you let go, it's hard to get that force back. So even just a couple percent of brake coming into the corners.
Which corners do you mostly trail brake on?
Everyone.
Kind of all of them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hairpin's a little more, I guess, more
Even
through
those
it.
slow corner like turn 1 and turn 11, just brake really hard straight. Kind of keeps on braking until the apex.
Okay.
You just go off brake as much as you lead the bike, go off brake. The target is to try to have the smallest time possible. There's no brake and no gas. So as soon as you go off brake, you try to pick up the throttle. That's the target. Yeah, you reduce the off time.
Turn 10. Yeah, so that's a good, great question. So turn 10, you don't brake, right? Turn 10 is faster than turn 9. So you're still accelerating through there. So you might just breathe the throttle. Maybe you have to shut the throttle, but you just breathe the throttle to allow it to slow enough to get direction down the hill. Yeah, but not
No, you don't
necessarily
brake.
braking.
That's what I was saying. Like we don't stay flat out in 10 just to make the bike turn. Because if you stay flat out, for sure you run front really high, the bike never turns. So you just roll, put some weight in front to go in the corner, and then you open again.
So always putting weight in the front as much as possible and then roll
On the corner entry,
roll
yeah.
with it.
Because really, we're just trying to take the weight of us and the weight of the motorcycle and put it through the tires to create grip. That's what we're trying to do.
Is there any corner where you pass the apex still very bad?
Yeah, some like on entry, like when you go into turn 3, you may have to brake all the way past that curve, and even if you get it really hot, you may have to stay on the brakes to the right. So because it's all tightening through that section, you may have to brake past that apex. But corners that have a big exit, you try to get the brakes get pointed so that you can accelerate sooner because you want to make the straightaway longer. So turn 20, 11.
The difference on this track is there is a lot of corner that close in the exit, and like turn 3 to 4, you don't have any acceleration. So it's just your entry speed. Entry speed from 3 give you the speed for 4 and 5. So you just try to go as fast as possible in turn 3, and it gives you the right line for all the section into 6, even 7. So you use this entry speed and you just go trial brake, and then you just use the throttle and the brake to make the bike turn. Because when you go from 3 to 4, you just put a bit of gas or throttle, so the bike turn easier to go in 3 and 4. And then you brake again to put some weight and turn, and then you do the same between 4 and 5. You go on throttle, so the bike feels lighter. So if you stay everything on the front, it's pretty heavy to go from right to left. So you use the throttle and the brake just to make the bike turn.
Yeah, so you notice if, for a rider who's slow into 3 and then just kind of holds a neutral throttle, just kind of cruises through that section, it's more efficient to be able to accelerate the brake, makes the bike turn.
So we need to carry more speed up to turn 3 basically. Come very fast and
Into
then
3.
use that speed to negotiate the distance.
Yeah. Now, if the track was different, if there was a big straightaway at out of 3, then you wouldn't want to rush in because then it would hurt the drive out. But since it goes just tighter, you want to try to maximize the entry point.
Well, Kyle, yesterday you talked a little bit about, what lines you should take straightaway wise for safety purposes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, for track days, especially if you're maybe the slower rider in the group or you're worried about getting passed on the straightaways, when you come out of turn 20 onto the front straightaway, you drive out to the right side of the track. The next corner is a left-hander also. If you run down the right side, close to the right side of the track, then you're not inviting people to have to pick which side to pass. And the same thing out of turn 11, for track days. Drive out to the right side, run the right side of the straightaway. That way you tell everybody behind you, hey, if you're gonna pass me, you're gonna do it on this side. It's just a lot safer.
you guys have any questions?
Yeah.
was watching a video of you on your race bike, of course, but turn 13 and 14, which is kind of like a double apex, I guess. But you were taking a wider entry on 13 and hitting maybe like not close to the apex, like outer more. Is that to set up for 14? More
Well,
mostly?
Yeah,